but it's not a binding contract. So this is number one. You have to have an offer from one side and acceptance from the other side. Number two, the subject of this financial or economic contract, it has to be clear to both of them before joining or before entering this company. So I can't say, well, Brother Isa, what about giving 100 from me and you give 100 and we start a company? Oh, why not? We do so. Shake hands, shake hands. Alas, we have a company. No, you don't have a company because you don't know what you're going to do. Number three, what about the losses and revenues of this company? They have to be decided as well. What about the responsibility of the company? Stamp state that you're responsible for in relation to your share in this company. So if my share is, let's say, 30%, then I can't be held responsible for 100% just because the two other persons have no money. As we see today, that there is some kind of solidarity in terms of responsibility. That if, let's say, both of you start a business and it's full responsibility for both of you, and it shows up later that when you file bankruptcy, that he has not a single dime. He doesn't have a krona. You have to pay everything. And this is volume. This is not just. It's not injustice. When we contemplate upon the company types within the capitalist system, we see that it's not necessary that, yes, another thing, another factor is that a company in Islam is something that can be, dissolved. I mean, we're not getting along that good together, so alas, we decide to, to end this company. It's allowed for you. You have the possibility to join the company, you have the possibility to dissolve it. In capitalism, the persons are not interesting. The existence of persons within a company is not that interesting. And if you take an example, let's say that the board of directors for a company, if all of them die suddenly, what will happen to the company? Nothing. Because the company is registered at the Company Registration Authority, so the company is still driven with no directors. So a new board of directors either can be elected or can be appointed by the government, or a person or another company decides that we can buy this company. So the existence of persons, of contractors, of partners is not that important. And this is very clear when it comes to, let's say, the share stock company. I might buy a share in a company, Kenya or whatever, and I am considered to be a partner. But when it comes to voting, if I have one share, then I have one vote. If I have 1,000 shares, I have 1,000 votes. So my person is not interesting at all. It's like the saying, money talks. And indeed they do in such companies. So it's not that important that you have persons in order to establish a company. And this is very obvious, but maybe it's a little bit out of subject. But if you compare it to inheritance, I read today that Churchill loved his cat so much that he testamented some of his inheritance to the cat. So if cats and dogs can own in capitalist societies, then why can't they even be company partners? Why not? I can buy a share and give it as a present or gift to my dog or cat. So he is a partner. I mean, I'm not joking. This is reality. This is reality. Why not? Why is it forbidden? If it's forbidden, I don't know. Anyway, this is number one, the existence of partners. Number two, what about the approval? I have to offer something and you have to accept it. Because I can't force you to join me, and you can't force yourself, you can't force me to accept you as a partner. But in capitalist system, once again, the share stock company, you see that once you pay the amount and you buy the share, you're a partner, automatically. The other partners are not asked whether they like you or don't like you, whether they accept you or not. Once you sign the paper, you are a partner in that company. Maybe you say, well, I mean, if there is a signing, there is a signature, then what the paper states is an offer, and your signing is an acceptance. But it's not as easy as that. Because once I discuss with you, shall we be partners? Yes, why not? Okay, I'll get more to my lawyer and he will arrange a contract and we will sign it and then we are partners. That sounds great. So we go to the lawyer tomorrow and we sign. Now in Islam, your word is binding. Once I say, are we partners? You say, yes, we are partners. Then we are partners. Our signing is more or less a record, just to record this event, or call it whatever you wish, but just to recall. Yet in the capitalist system, what we have said yesterday is worthless. What we have said yesterday is worthless. What means anything is our signature, our writing. So forget about yesterday. It was just an explanation of will from my side, an explanation of willingness from your side. Number three, the subject of this company. In Islam, we have to know what the subject is. But in the capitalist system, it's not necessary. You can join a company without even knowing what it is going to do in the future, or what it's doing today. And even if you know what it's doing today, it can change its direction just by giving a notice to the company registration authority, telling them that, well, yesterday we were dealing with, what shall I say, with cars, and tomorrow we wish to deal with gold. Okay, dealing with cars is halal, it's allowed. Dealing with gold is also allowed. But we're not talking about whether dealing is halal or haram. We're talking about, is the subject known to you prior signing or giving your verbal approval, acceptance, or not? And what is your role as a partner in taking such decisions? If you're a partner, then you have to have the ability to say anything. No, I don't wish to do anything with gold. We don't know anything about gold. We are mechanics. We know a lot about cars. So let us stick to cars. But in the capitalist system, they can decide, and it's up to you either to accept or to sell your share to someone else. And number four, the duration of a company.